the intro again?
Yeah, you just say your name after I say mine.
That's right.
Hi, welcome to the Show Up Loud podcast. I'm Emily.
I'm Jillian.
And we are just two concert-obsessed besties here to talk about live music. So, for today's episode, we're going to go through our top 5 concerts.
Lifetime.
But this does not include Incarceration or K-Rockathon.
Yeah, nothing of recent times.
Yeah, it basically up until July of this year. So anything that happened before July of this year counted for the list. So I haven't looked at her list, and you haven't looked at my list.
Actually, I was done with my list way before you were.
I am a procrastinator, though.
We know this.
Okay, so let's go 5 to 1.
Okay.
You know, ending with the best, and we'll just go back and forth. And then I know we both did some like honorable mentions, so then we'll talk about those after. So
yeah, the honorable mentions are the ones like kind of we wanted to put on the list that were like just not quite meeting the mark.
5 was kind of hard.
Yeah.
I realized that as I was going, I was like 5. I maybe should have done 10.
Yeah, but I thought about if we had done 10, it would be like a 3-hour episode.
That's true. That's very
So I mean, I think it's fair. We still had to pick 5, but we have the honorable mentions, so we'll be fine.
Okay. All right. So why don't you kick us off and start with your number 5 show?
Okay. So my number 5 was Insane Clown Posse. That was back in October 2019, right before COVID hit.
Don't let it fall. We like the wicked shit shows. I do it all. Some of us think of it all. Broken home. Some of us see the mother sweets as I'm in the park. They can take out the shoes on the carpet. Some of us are on parole that can't do this thing. Some of them we go for the place can remain. Some can't afford a free phone call. But when some of us sing with a song, right here, right here, right here.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the one that I didn't go to. So I didn't see this one.
No, and it was freezing, so it was still Sharky's. It's still outside. I think the high that day was like 39.
Oh.
Now imagine being sprayed in Faygo.
That's icy.
From not quite the front row, but we'll say maybe like 10 rows in. Yeah, soaked in Faygo. My cousin and I ended up being severely sick. We
I
ended
can
up with
imagine.
pneumonia afterwards.
Oh my god.
But it was absolutely insane. My cousin was the one who got me into ICP when I was probably like 12. So I just have always known about them. That was my first time going.
Yeah.
It was amazing. That's why I said, you have to come with me.
Yeah, and I loved it. And the thing is, like, I knew about them obviously because my second husband was obsessed.
Yes.
But I only really knew like a couple songs, and I wasn't super knowledgeable about like them or whatever. But just from your descriptions of the one that you went to first, I knew that it would be something I would like, and it was definitely. It didn't make it to my top 5, but it was definitely one of the better shows that I've been to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say that would be like the top 5.
Yeah.
For number 5 spot for me.
And I think I've told you this before, but any show where you get like wet, messy, and you just can like give no fucks about being like, you know,
Get
put
ratchet
together.
shit.
Yeah, exactly. I'm all about that.
Absolutely.
So.
We have towels at the hotel for a fucking reason.
Exactly. All right, my number 5 was the Shinetown 5 Finger Death Punch and 6 a.m. show that we saw.
Oh my god, yeah.
That was November 2016. ones on my
Yeah, I figured.
honorable mentions. Yeah, but there are several reasons that made it to the top 5. First of all, I've loved Nikki Sixx for years.
Oh, same.
So to be able to, see him perform live in person, that was huge. And then I always like when there's a concert where something kind of goes off script. And so that was the one where Ivan Moody threw a fit
Yeah.
and left. And like,
He went right into rehab right after. Yeah.
and so it's like, I just love when, obviously I don't love that for him. That's not great.
Right.
But I like when you get to be present for one of those like moments that like no other show has.
He
that
was
moment,
pissed.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to see the whole rage. And it wasn't even just because of like whatever he was using or taking, drinking, whatever the case. There was other stuff he was telling the audience about. I don't remember exactly what it was, but
No, I do remember him ranting, but yeah,
yeah.
it's so
But
long ago.
I mean, he had a legitimate reason to rant.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's what I mean with what you're saying is like you get to see like their actual true emotions like come out
Yes.
regardless if it's the music or not. So yeah, that was a wild night.
Yeah, and then also we had that really good spot like right in the center of the pit, down the center.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I just love seeing Shinedown. Like, they're one of the ones that I'll keep seeing. Although, those indoor pyrotechnics might have started our hearing loss.
He, like, I forget what song it was. A bunch of it went off. And at the end of the song, he was like, oh shit, sorry guys, I forgot we're in Syracuse. You want me to shut the pyrotechnics off?
I know, right? Because we're like, oh!
The whole audience just went, like, we ducked. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's my number 5. So number 4.
So it's funny you bring that one up because my number 4 was the In This Moment Papa Roach 5-Finger Death Punch show at Lake George, New York.
Yes.
With our ex-husbands.
Mm-hmm.
The scars remind me the past is real. Tear my heart open. Drunk and feeling down, and I just wanna be alone. This kid you came around, why don't you just go home? 'Cause you channel all your pain, and I can't help you fix yourself. You're making me insane. All I can say is tear my heart open. I sell myself shut. My weakness is that I can't do much, and our scars remind us that the past is real. Tear my heart open.
That was badass. So, we were big time roadies of 5-Finger Death Punch then.
We were-
Their bus was right by your job the night before,
We were stalking them.
pretty much.
Like.
And In This Moment too. That was like my first show, your second show,
Yeah,
I think, with her.
think so.
And that's when I was like, oh my god, I love this. Like the set, the music, everything that, Maria would put together.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
all of it.
And they
then,
had those seats that were like looking over the stage from the side.
yeah, we were kind of like kitty corner on the balcony. So
Yeah.
like we were like kitty corner stage right.
Yeah, and
But they
I
were
thought that could almost like see what was going on backstage.
Yeah,
You know?
but you weren't missing out on any of the details of the front of the stage either. Like,
Right.
we were right on
Right
a
in between.
perfect angle.
Yeah.
And then we've seen Maria and Jacoby singing together a
Mhm.
few songs, and
Oh yeah.
the energy there
That
was
was-
just
Remember-
absolutely wild
Remember when he went out into the pit?
for a couple of the acoustics too.
And it was for like the old classics, like
Mhm.
for like Scars and Last Resort.
Yes.
That was a good moment. And also that one for me, I definitely was like a huge Papa Roach fan when I was like a teenager, and so getting to see them, that was the first time I got to see them. That
Yeah.
was cool. That was cool.
Same. That was like one of the first high school bands I got to check off the list.
Yeah. All right. So my number 4 is actually Melanie Martinez.
If I knew I wouldn't have the chance on this hell maybe if I cast it out of spell, told them decorations were pastel red wines, they'd be in some cruel trouble. Justine stands before me. Till the counts that place, till the pity is in place. The flowers are fresh and their faces black. My body has died, but I'm still alive. Look over your shoulder. I'm back from a dead night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm not a big Melanie Martinez fan, and it's not like I got out of the concert either and started listening to her a lot. Like, there's a couple songs I'll listen to, but I'm not a huge fan. But the show.
I remember you showing me the pictures.
The show was so good. She had this just like video screen covering the whole back of the stage that like changed to different scenes to go with the songs and the albums and stuff, and she did all 3 of her albums, and she almost sung the whole album. It was a long concert.
Yeah, I remember you being there for
Mhm.
a really long time.
Yeah, so and then the lasers were really like just all of the visuals that she put together were really, really good. And the show was so long, but she had good energy throughout the whole entire thing. And then also they helped us as a crowd because in between each album, they give us a nice long intermission, and they would do like a laser light show and stuff during the intermission.
That's so cool.
And like different, just really vibey graphics on the screen.
I love shit like that.
Yeah, so it was like, and also I like if I go to a show, but I'm not a fan of the artist, but you still make that show so good.
Yeah, if I can still get my attention drawn into it.
Yeah,
Like,
then
that's all it takes.
You've won, exactly. So that was my number 4. Really, the only downside of that was in Baltimore.
Yeah,
That was it.
Yeah. Baltimore.
Yeah.
Just you texting me getting there, I was getting a little concerned. I'm like, I don't know if I need to hop in my car and like
Mm-hmm.
make my way down to you and the kid because like
Yeah, that was a rough one, but that was just
this
outside.
close to the grippy socks.
Yeah,
This
that-
close.
It was just outside of the concert. Inside of the concert, it was great. All right.
So, all right, number 3. This one, it's hard to explain. So, it's the 2021 show of when we went and saw Slipknot.
okay, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, but I have to take a step back and let people know that that was our second time seeing Slipknot, because the first time we saw them was either in 2014 or 16. I think it was 16.
I don't know if I wrote that one down.
We got the ticket stub somewhere.
It was 16.
Yeah. Yeah. Ow, another stab to the age. Yeah, that. But when we went the second time to see them, that was like the wildest night ever. Patriotic Anthem starts playing because I blew my knee out in the mosh pit for that one. And I didn't even get to mosh. That was the shitty part. All I was doing was sitting in the grass. I just got up so fucking fast to get into the pit that you just heard from my knee.
Yeah.
And then my knee was like this big at the end of the show.
Yeah,
It
that was
awful.
bad. You could barely get back to the car.
Barely.
Yeah. And that was like our first show after COVID. Like that was the first one that we got to go to after we'd been out for a whole year.
And there was like no masks either, so it was
Yeah.
still like brand new to everything. It almost felt like taboo.
It felt weird to be out.
Yeah. We're like, are we allowed to be out here?
Exactly.
We're sure, we're good. Like,
It was
okay.
but it was so nice to get back out
Oh
there.
God, yes. Because like I remember when we were stuck in COVID, we were like, no more concerts,
What
no
are we
more.
supposed to do?
Where do I go? What
Yeah.
am I supposed to do?
All right. My number 3 is when I went to go see MGK in Connecticut at the Mohegan Sun Arena.
Greatest, I like the shit, I make it look like it's Vegas, we on. Motherfucker, we on. The first one to blow 6 on. Think back when I had a backpack full of backgrounds. Didn't know I wanna hear my song. Motherfucker, y'all wrong. Motherfucker, y'all wrong. Better than I never left home. Where I'm from, the enemies bust off they shells like King Cooper. Roll good in trees, come up down like Bermuda. I'm just a boy in the hood like I'm Cuba. So soon as I know that I got me a Ruger. Come through my hood, you blow down like a tuba. I bring no bitch, you go down like a scuba. All of your shit's out of style like a shooter. All of your bitches in this like a sewer. All of your got like my name is Anubis. I'm here again. Fuck your big dog. We the ones that got it, we no ran slow. I make it happen again, I make it happen again. Ain't always slapping again, not in the past it again. I wanna blast it again, I'm gonna assassin again. Hey, I shoot dice, yeah, gamble with my life, yeah. Nobody fights, yeah, keep my circle tight, yeah. All my hoes, yeah, keep it spice, yeah. For the foes, yeah, I do not think twice, yeah. I got a combination to a safe on the back of the bank when exploring my shit. So got a conversation.
And I had that was in September 2023, and I had the after party tickets.
Oh.
Yes. So, I mean, I always love his shows, but what really made that to the top 5 was the after party.
And that was special invite, wasn't it?
So it wasn't special invite, but it was like you had to get tickets for it, and with it being a club, there weren't that many tickets. So I literally
was.
just lucked out because it was while we were at Darien Lake for. Who do we see at Darien Lake that year?
It's my
2023?
number 2, so.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, we had just gotten back to our hotel, and I opened up my Twitter, and somebody had just posted that the tickets went on sale, and if I had it in normal days, I wouldn't have been up that late.
Right.
So it was just like perfect timing.
The gods were speaking to you.
They really, really were. So like, I'm starting to learn that anytime you can go into like a smaller venue, it's kind of better because you get to get so close to them and stuff. So overall, that was pretty cool because you can't see him in smaller venues anymore. He does big arenas. So to have the opportunity to see him in a small place, that was definitely
That's
amazing.
badass.
Yeah.
So, to kind of touch on your number 2, so it's so funny that all I have to say, it's my number 2, and you already know exactly where we're going with this. And it's a 2-parter because you can't talk about the one and not talk about the other.
Yeah.
So this was, part 1 was the Mudvayne concert at the amphitheater, and then less than 48 hours later, going to Darien Lake to see Bring Me the Horizon and Fall Out Boy for a sold-out show.
Yeah, so since you say that, why don't I start? Because my number 2 is the Mudvayne show.
I love it.
Yeah. So my number 2 is Mudvayne's The Psychotherapy Sessions on August 1st, 2023.
Yep, that one. That'd be it.
Yep. obviously, Mudvayne was the first metal band that I ever cared about. And up until then, like, I'd never really listened to, like, metal, like, hard
Right,
stuff
yeah.
like that. And when I was growing up, right when my parents split, I had to go to my dad's house. And he didn't have anything fun to do. It was always really boring. But he had this old TV, and the only station that it would get was MTV2. So we kept MTV2 playing all the time, and the Dig video would play every half hour. And I would, like, be in the other room, and I would hear it come on, and I would, like, run to the room to, like, watch it and stuff. So that was the first band, first song, first moment that ever got me into metal music. And then, you know, I listened to them throughout the years and stuff, but then they took that big touring break. And so it was to the point where I was just like, oh, well, I'm never going to see them. Like,
Right.
they're not going to come back. So
I felt the same way.
So then when they announced that they were coming, not only, you know, they'd already started touring for a little bit when they were coming to our towns. We didn't even need to travel.
Right.
I'm like, this is perfect. And then we got front pit tickets. And it was one of the most beautiful experiences of my life.
It was great.
And Chad Gray came down into the pit, and
I had to get her attention first.
Yeah,
She was too busy staring at the TV.
No, I wasn't staring at the TV. I was staring at the guitarist.
Oh, Greg?
Yeah. Yep. So I was so focused on watching him, and then you like tap my shoulder, and I look, and Chad Gray's like right there, like crowd surfing on the fans. And so we beeline it over there, and it's like a human mountain of everybody's climbing on everybody. And,
Yeah.
yep. And it was chaos. I almost lost my glasses, but it was.
Yeah, but at least you kept your feet on the ground.
Yeah. Well, you know.
So when Chad was leaning into the crowd, he ended up locking hands with the guy standing immediately in front of me. So I'm just staring up this guy, and he's just holding on to Chad. I looked at you and I said, "Hey God," and I don't know who this guy is, and if you happen to be watching this, I'm so sorry, but hi, that was me. I jumped up and like, I don't know, clung onto this dude like a fucking monkey and held on for my life. But the second my hand touched Chad Gray's, somebody grabbed my bun off the back of my head and ripped me off the guy. And they were ripping me down off of the top of, and that's when I had all the elbow bruises and the knee bruises in my back and my legs. And then that drunk fight broke out next to us, and I got punched in the face.
Yep, and we all went down like dominoes.
Yeah.
I will never forget that, because I'm just standing there vibing out, and then all of a sudden it's just like,
Yeah, and I got it twice.
Yep.
I got punched over here, then our temples met over here. Everyone's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I don't know where my fucking feet are, bro. Like,
yeah.
I can't even stand up right now."
That was like one of our wildest pit experiences.
It was,
honestly.
but we didn't learn our lesson
No,
because we
honestly, if anything, it gave us the like urge to keep doing it.
Yeah, because we went to Darien Lake. So probably had a mild concussion or worse. Who knows? I never went to the doctors. I probably should have. But, you know, that's neither here or there. And we hadn't been on roller coasters at that point in over 10 years for that show. So
Yeah.
now we have the adrenaline high going. We were on the roller coasters all fucking day. Went and grabbed something for food, and then we shot over for Bring Me
And
the
what
Horizon
day
Fall
was this?
Out
Like
Boy.
2 days later or 3 days later?
It was 2 days later.
Oh my god.
Because it was a Friday show, and then we ended up staying overnight at the hotel.
Again.
I woke up to you sitting there with your phone in one hand and a credit card in the other going, "Good morning, get ready, we're going back for round 2. My bestie, everybody.
It's dangerous.
This is where
to
my
travel
impulses
with me.
come from.
It's dangerous to travel with me.
And then we said, okay, we're only going to go until the afternoon, grab lunch, and then we'll go
leave.
home. Next thing you know, you blink and it's 8:40 and somebody passed out on the Mind Eraser after spending 48 hours on roller coasters with a concussion.
Yeah.
Don't be me. Don't do that.
I don't know. I think it was fun. So why don't you explain your number 2 of that concert at Darien Lake?
That is my number 2.
No, I mean the show though.
Oh, for the show?
Yeah.
Man, for the show, it's gotta be Bring Me the Horizon. It's gotta be. I mean, I love Fall Out Boy, don't get me wrong, but...
No, I agree.
T-shirt rule with concerts. We will not wear shirts that match the headliner.
Exactly.
So this was our first time wearing Bring Me the Horizon shirts to their show because they were not the
They were
headliner.
the headliner, so that was a loophole.
We have a picture somewhere. We'll add that up.
Yeah. Oh my god, and I feel like I will never forget jumping around and screaming drown. Like, I also almost lost my glasses there too.
But we were in the seats though, so that was a little easier.
Yeah, but I like went like this and they like flew two rows behind us, and there's actually still scratches, not these glasses, but my other glasses. There's still scratches in them from them hitting the ground of that amphitheater.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Our number one.
do you wanna go first?
I don't know. I feel like we might have to rock, paper, scissors for this.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
God damn it.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
You.
That's you.
Yeah. All right. So, my number one, drum roll, was your Limp Bizkit show we went to.
Yes!
Thursday.
That's a good one!
That was
Yes!
fucking wild. So if you thought we had a blast in the Mudvayne mosh pit, this was like 4 times over that. It literally turned into Woodstock 2.0.
God, oh
When
my
Fred
God.
Durst says in the middle of, I think it was Nookie, when he said, hey, if anybody by chance sees a random 2x4 floating around, please make sure you send that off. I was like, oh, please, please. And then we ended up being in the one pit that they could not shut
Could
down.
not control it at all.
And they brought in not only the concert security, but they ended up calling in Bethel police too. It was pretty much like riot control.
I feel like they were just bringing in anybody. Like, there would
Yeah.
just be like random people who I think worked concessions, like brought down to just stand there to try to help. But
They brought one tiny female security guard over. I shit you not. She was probably 5'2", 90 pounds, soaking wet.
Yeah, that's not gonna do anything.
That poor thing looked like a deer in headlights in the middle of the pit. I was like, you don't belong here. And all she could do was shake her head. I'm like, go get someone else. And she just, and she was gone.
And then the fact that they let people rent lawn seats for that.
Oh my
like
God.
the chairs.
Yes. I still feel so bad for that one girl. So when I say Woodstock 2.0, I mean Woodstock 2.0. There were metal chairs that they were giving out for like the earlier shows and whatnot.
Yeah.
They became flying frisbees, and we watched a girl in front of us get slit like all across from her eye all the way to her ear
Yeah.
from the chair just slamming into her.
And it's like as soon as Limp got on stage, chairs just flying.
Yeah,
Like the
I have
minute.
videos of the mosh pit. Like
I
this
do
is
too.
another one of
I
those
do
shows
too.
where there's only like 2 pictures of us and maybe 4
Oh, yeah, we
videos
barely
because
share.
there was
We
no way for
I'll
us
try
to have our
to
phones
see
out.
if I have the clip that I took from the mosh pit there. I'll put it in.
Ladies and gentlemen, the chocolate starfish Time to keep on going, baby. So you come on.
Yeah, I'll check mine because I only have a couple.
That was wild. I literally think I only took one.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
but I mean, how could you?
Exactly.
That was nuts.
My number one show
Yes.
was just in June, the Halsey For My Last Trick tour.
Ooh.
And I genuinely think that might end up for a long time being my number one show.
Yeah, that one for you is gonna be really hard to
It's
beat.
gonna be really hard to beat. Like, obviously, it's not the same as, like, you know, a metal show or a rock show and that sort of energy.
Mhm.
But I swear to God, she put on this show like it felt like a movie. Felt like a live.
From what
movie.
videos you showed me, it did look like a movie.
Mhm. So she had the whole first portion of the show Alice in Wonderland themed.
I love that.
And in between each like costume setup and stage setup, they would play these videos of her going kind of through Alice's journey down the rabbit hole and all this stuff,
That
and
is
talking to the
awesome.
rabbit and stuff.
Where am I?
Where? Where? What will you wear?
Where to what?
To the show, it's time to go.
I don't think that I.
You don't need to think. Have a drink. One to make you smaller, one to make you big.
Well, how should I know which one I should take? I don't know which I'd rather be.
Well, depends on where you're going.
I just told you. I don't know.
Then it doesn't really matter.
Well, I suppose I'd like to be big. As big as can be. As big as the moon. I think big, please.
And so down it goes, and so does she, never once considering how she will get out again.
And I think you're a danger to my health, or so it seems. Is it love or a delicate tie? Is a heavy heart too much to hold? I don't know, but it's late, so I'll take you home. Is it love or a delicate tie? Would you mind if I asked you on the
And it was beautiful. And then the performances themselves were also amazing. She really made sure to do kind of like all the hits and stuff like that. And it's like, I've listened to her for a long time, but I never realized how much of her music I know until I realized I was like, oh, I know this one, I know this one, I know this one. And one of the highlights of my life was screaming the song You Should Be Sad along with her.
That's a beautiful moment.
Yeah, and so after she does the Alice theme, and also it's called For My Last Trick, and there are some little like magic trickery moments in it. Like there's this one moment where the camera follows her backstage after, and she like is at this vanity, and she like lays her head down, and it's like she's taking a nap, and you never see the camera move off of her ever. Like it's looking at her the whole time. And then the camera gets up and moves over here, and she's standing right there.
That's insane.
Yeah, and I just keep racking over in my mind. I don't know how she did it. And there were some couple other ones too, like just little trick moments like that where you're like, whoa, you know. So that was really interesting. And then after the whole Alice in Wonderland set, she comes out and does more like a normal concert set.
Oh, that's cool.
And in that, she was doing like a modified set list every night. So you were gonna get songs that she wasn't doing at other shows.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so that was really
I love
good
that too. When you get to hear something that like they're about to release, like not to bring up incarceration, but we did see a lot of that
Yes.
when we were
Like
there,
new
where they're
stuff that
like,
they're
"This
about
is
to
brand new.
release
No
or-
one's heard this yet." We're like, yes.
And then or stuff that's like really old that they usually never play and stuff like that. And she really does the last portion on the fly. So it's like she had planned like a set list, but she literally added an extra song in, and she told us that she was like I was gonna just do this one and this one, but you guys are such a great crowd. let's
I'm
do
throwing in
this.
one more.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, so that was really good. And then it was also at one of my favorite venues, which hopefully we can go to a show here soon. Like, I've been here twice now. It's the Freedom Mortgage Pavilion in Camden, New Jersey, right across the river from Philly. And it's a great venue to see stuff at. You can get an affordable hotel in Philly. You can go over the river. The parking, we parked right across from the entrance. And it was just like, it wasn't like VIP. It wasn't like, yes, it was expensive parking in the sense that like all concert parking is expensive.
Yeah.
But it wasn't anything ridiculous. It was just a regular lot.
And you just look at the draw. You were just like, oh, hey, upfront parking.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Both times that I've been to this pavilion, it was so easy to park. We got stuck in traffic on this one, but that wasn't the concert's fault. There was a truck that was broken down on the bridge. But if it hadn't been for that, we've usually don't have a problem getting out of there. Yeah. So just overall, good show, good venue, all of the things. So that's my number one.
That's awesome. All right, so what shows almost made the list but didn't?
Okay. So shows that almost made the list but didn't. The first one is the Slipknot. The first time we saw Slipknot, and Manson was on that one as well.
With
Which is
Mice
so
and
like,
Men.
how like brown circle is it that in 2016 we saw Slipknot and Manson together,
And now I'm 25.
yeah, we saw them again together. So obviously loved that one because that was my first time seeing Manson.
Same.
And even though he wasn't doing the best at the time, he was definitely struggling, but it was still really good to see him. And seeing Slipknot for the first time, obviously, that was really cool. So that's up there.
That was when Corey Taylor had his neck surgery.
I meant to write that down.
And you had the similar surgery years before him, and he was taking a moment on stage. He took his black neck brace off.
He was
and
performing in his like soft collar for if you have like spinal surgery. He was performing in it.
And he's like, if anybody's had this surgery, you know how much it sucks. And all you hear is this one out of the entire audience going, wow!
Like the whole crowd is quiet, and it's just me.
And he's like, yeah, fuck you, you know what I mean. Yeah, it was great.
That was a great moment. Oh, that was a good one. Another one that made it for me was One Republic, which was Darien Lake, and I didn't write down the year of this. I think I got tired of writing notes, and I wanted to
I kind of stopped writing down the years too.
But so the One Republic show was the same year that we saw Korn. So 2018 maybe?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Or saw Korn.
That's another episode we'll be talking about.
Yeah. So Apologize by One Republic is one of my favorite songs of all time.
And to see that live.
To see that live was amazing. And then also, I was really just impressed in general about his show. Like, he apparently wrote Halo, the song, Beyonce's song.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So he performed it, because he wrote it.
It makes sense.
Yeah, so there were a couple songs where he was like, yeah, I wrote this song, and it was somebody else's song, but he wrote it, so he would sing them. So that was just a good show in general, but also just Apologize. That lives in my memory forever. I did not take video because I wanted to live through it. So it's just in here. I had to put my first like big concert ever on here, which was Hilary Duff. That was the first like concert that I went and bought tickets to myself. I like coordinated the whole thing myself. That was back when the grandstand was still at the fair.
Oh my God, the grandstand.
I saw her there twice, and the first one was like I was working my little Subway job, and I had to go downtown to the Ticketmaster box office to wait in line to get tickets when tickets opened. And so I took my mom, and we were like 9th row. Like we were like really close.
Wow.
Yeah. So that had to go on there.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
The next one is A Legendary Night with Joey Fatone and AJ McLean.
Okay, so that's on my list too. When Joey was just like standing in the seat right in front of us and we were dancing with him. Oh my God.
I had an out-of-body experience.
Same. I have no idea who the hell I was when he started dancing with with us.
I was just losing my shit. So we were in an area that was right before like the ADA disability section or something. I think was that. Oh no, it was the deaf for the deaf. It was specifically that. It wasn't all the ADA. But because there weren't that many people coming to the show who needed that, there were a lot of empty seats in front of us.
Yeah.
And so Joey Fatone comes down off the stage and just goes right there. He's like 2 rows standing in front of me in the crowd. We brought my kid. And my kid just knew. My kid understood the assignment because
Thank God.
when he came down off the stage, he grabbed me and threw me towards Joey Fatone.
Yes, I saw that.
I was like, good job, kid. The last runner-up I listed was Sting Monson in 2024. He did a really good show. I love most of his songs. I've loved him for a long time. We all know that there was an emergency at home that time. And it's like, for me, when things are bad, I need a concert. And so, A, it helped me out mentally.
Yeah.
But B, I got to meet him after outside, which was wild.
Yeah, it was.
Absolutely wild. And so, I don't think I've ever met someone to that extent. You know?
I don't think so either.
Like, I've maybe, like, someone's been, like, leaving somewhere and noticed me and, like, a wave high or, like,
Yeah.
you know, things like that. But
To actually stand and have a
conversation, like, that was crazy.
That's nuts.
I remember getting back in the car after that and just being like, did that really happen? Like, I had to take a minute before I could even drive home because I was just like...
Geeking out.
Yeah. Those are all of my runner-ups.
So I didn't get as detailed as you. I just kind of listed some.
Yeah.
But one of the ones that almost made the list was in 2002. I went and saw the Eagles for their farewell concert. That was back in Buffalo.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I was in summer school. I was supposed to be there at like 7:30 or 7:45 or some shit, and I didn't even get back into New York State until like 5:45.
Did they play in the arena there or this? Okay.
Yeah, I think it was the Pepsi Arena back then. It's
I don't
something
know what
else
it is
now. but-
I've been to that arena though.
Yeah.
That's where I saw Demi Lovato.
Yeah, so the exact same stadium. That's where I saw the Eagles. Flyleaf was also one of our first shows at the fair at the Chevy Court.
Oh, Flyleaf was so fun.
That was fun. And
Yeah.
then I also have on there the first time we saw Bad Omens with In This Moment.
I almost forgot about that one.
That was wild.
That one was so wild. It was before they really became big, and we knew like maybe 2 of their songs. I think they were just coming out,
Yeah.
and
They were amazing. And I was sitting there and I'm like, wait, is this who I thought it is? And I'm looking at you and I'm like, is this them? And you're like, yeah, I think this is them. And then we
Yeah.
heard the whole song. We were like, okay,
oh
I'm
my
hooked.
god, I'm so glad we got the opportunity because I feel like it's not gonna be so easy to see them like.
No,
in the
now
future.
they're massive.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's going to be hard to see them.
Yep.
But the last one I have on here that neither one of us actually have mentioned, we should be ashamed of
Oh
ourselves.
no, what is it?
Backstreet Boys.
We are. I'm sorry.
Shame
I'm
this
being a
one.
bad millennial.
Sitting here talking about NSYNC and not a single person brought up Backstreet Boys, so I
Dude,
brought
that
it
was
up.
kind of epic. That made me feel like I was like 13 again.
Same. I mean, the only downside was there were so many of us screaming, you could hardly even hear them unless they were performing like one of their slower songs.
No, that was us featuring the Backstreet Boys.
That's pretty much what it was.
That is definitely what happened there.
I pretty much lost my voice for a whole week after that show. Like, literal just squeaks and...
Well, I had to go to another show 2 days later. At least you got rest.
Okay, but you like to self-destruct
Yeah.
yourself like that, you know?
Listen, if I go out, I hope it's at a concert. Cause
That's what I said
The
at
way
the
to
last
go.
show.
Yep. Yep. I can't believe. Did you see that fucking Syracuse.com? The like front picture of all their articles about it is like that person crowd surfing over us.
I love it. We'll be talking about it in the next episode. We'll show a clip of it.
Absolutely. Oh, I've got good clips for that one. But all right, well that's the top 5 and runners ups. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll be back next week with another episode. Bye.